It's Fired Up Friday, and this isn't your average pep talk. This is the Bad Influence podcast. Yeah, the one they told you not to listen to. I'm Jordan Banderas, and today we're setting your fears on fire, torching your excuses, and waking up the beast inside you. If you want to take control of your life, it starts right here. New drops every week. Let's burn the old version of you to the ground. Today, I just want to let you know that hope doesn't arrive in the dark. It's built there. When no one is coming, when the future is blurry, when the pain is loud enough to drown out reason. That's when you become the light. Not because it's easy, but because you refuse to disappear. When everything falls apart, do you wait to be safe or decide to stay alive anyway? Rock bottom doesn't ask permission. It strips the room bare. It takes the distractions, takes the applause, takes the people who only like you when you were winning, and waits to see if you'll vanish with it. Most people think the dark is where you die. It's actually where you're audited. No noise, no identity buffers, no borrowed confidence, just you. There's a moment in the dark where you stop scanning the room for help. No rescue plan, no hero, no backup personality. Just your reflection staring back at you. That's the moment truth arrives. Not the motivational kind, the honest kind. Staying alive isn't passive. It's rebellion. It's defiance with no audience. It's choosing to exist when disappearing will be easier. Choose it again. That realization doesn't hit loud. It's quiet. It's cold. It's final. It lands when the phone doesn't ring, when promises evaporate, when I got you turns into silence, when hope feels embarrassing to hold on to. That's when wishing dies and deciding begins. I've seen people break in the middle of their storms, not dramatically, quietly. No meltdown, no goodbye speech. They didn't scream, they just stopped believing they mattered. And that's the most dangerous place a human can land. Because once you stop believing you matter, you stop protecting yourself. You stop fighting back. You stop imagining a future that includes you. And that's not weakness. That's exhaustion without witnesses. In your darkest moment, you don't wait for hope. You give it to yourself. You become the light that guides you. Not for the world. Not for validation. Not for a comeback story, for survival. Because survival is the first act of power. Think back to your lowest night. The one you don't talk about. The one that still tightens your chest if you sit with it too long. The night quitting didn't feel dramatic. It felt logical. It felt responsible. It felt almost peaceful. The thought that kept you breathing wasn't optimism. It wasn't belief. It wasn't a vision board. It was defiance. A quiet, ugly thought. Not like this. One more sunrise. One more hour. One more breath. Sometimes survival is just refusing to end the story here. Big moves don't happen in the dark. Tiny ones do. A shower. A walk. writing one sentence, making the bed, eating something even when you don't care. They felt pointless, embarrassingly small, like they wouldn't matter. But they kept the lights on inside you just long enough. That's how people survive the dark. Not with breakthroughs, with continuity. At some point, you stopped asking life for mercy and started asking yourself for strength. Not motivational strength, practical strength. The strength to stay. That's when dignity came back online. Not confidence. Dignity. The quiet decision that you wouldn't abandon yourself. Because strength isn't loud, it's decided. The mind gets ruthless in the dark. It lies fast, like this is permanent. You're a burden. No one would notice. It won't matter anyway. Those thoughts are not truth. They're fear panicking. Oh, yes, it is. Because fear doesn't want you dead. It wants you still. Despair came close enough to leave fingerprints. You flirted with disappearing, quietly, internally, without telling anyone. That matters. Because you didn't fold, you stayed. And staying is proof. Proof that something in you refused to surrender, even when everything else wanted rest. Pain screams. Loneliness whispers. The pain hurt, but the silence cut deeper, feeling unreachable, unseen, unnecessary. That wasn't a weakness. That was private forging, pressure without witnesses, fire without applause. That's where real strength gets built. Hope isn't something you feel. It's something you do. Feelings disappear first. Choice doesn't. That's the difference most people miss. Hope is movement without evidence. It's walking without a map. It's acting before reassurance shows up. It's deciding before certainty arrives. You didn't feel hopeful when you stayed. You felt stubborn, tired, detached. But you stayed anyway. That wasn't a weakness. That was discipline in its rawest form. Darkness doesn't destroy people. Hopelessness does. Darkness is neutral. It doesn't care who you are. Hopelessness convinces you nothing will change. As long as you move, the story isn't over. As long as you choose, the ending isn't written. Stagnation is what kills people slowly. Movement keeps the pulse alive. When you move without proof, something shifts. You stop waiting for permission. You stop asking if it's allowed. You stop negotiating with fear. You become dangerous. Not loud, not aggressive, dangerous in the quiet way. Untouchable by circumstance, unmoved by chaos, rooted in decision. You don't need reassurance anymore. You move because standing still feels worse. Surviving the dark rewired you. Your standards rose. Your excuses died. Your tolerance for bullshit vanished. You trust yourself under pressure now. That didn't come from comfort. Comfort never teaches self-trust. You learn something most people never do. You won't abandon yourself. Darkness gave you self-trust, the rarest currency there is. You learn you can carry yourself even when it's ugly, even when it's lonely. You stop outsourcing your survival. You stop waiting for rescue. You stop expecting fairness. You are not fragile. You are tested. And tested things don't shatter easily. The version of you who walked out of that darkness doesn't beg life for mercy, doesn't fold under pressure, doesn't romanticize comfort. They adjust, they pivot, they stay standing. Your old self wouldn't recognize your spine. That's not bitterness, that's evolution. Another dark night will come. They always do. The question isn't if, it's who you'll be when it arrives. So say it now, out loud. I don't disappear anymore. If this is landing heavy right now, it's because you're in it. Not remembering, not reflecting on it, living it. This night is lying to you. It's telling you this is permanent, that this is who you are now, that this pain is the final chapter. It's wrong. You are not finished. You are not broken beyond repair. You are not weak for being tired. You don't need clarity tonight. You don't need answers. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need to stay one breath, one step, one refusal to disappear. You don't promise things will get easier. You promise you won't leave yourself. That's the deal. I will not vanish. I will not fold. I will not end this story here. That promise is enough to carry you through the night. The light wasn't a miracle. It wasn't a sign. It wasn't someone saving you. It was you choosing again and again and again. That's how hope is built. Not found, built. If you're still breathing, the light is already working. Even if you can't see it yet, you don't find hope, you construct it piece by piece, decision by decision. And tonight, you choose not to disappear. You choose to stay dangerous. Not to others, to despair. You survived this far for a reason. Not fate. Not luck. Refusal. Refusal to quit. Refusal to vanish. Refusal to let the dark decide for you. That's the line. And you held it. So stand up, wipe your face, take the next step. Not because it feels good. Because you know who you are now. You're the one who stayed. And that makes you dangerous. Remember, the choice is yours. This is the Bad Influence Podcast, the one to warn you about, because it doesn't save you. It reminds you who you already are. Until next time, Stay relentless. Stay dangerous. Make them remember your name and have a great day.